Hi, this is Tom from Rocket Restorations, and we were getting sick of winter and got an itch, so we drove to California to go get a car. But when we go on road trips, we get bored. We want to see the sun. It's actually really warm down here. So if you guys remember, I did a video a couple weeks ago about some paperwork from a dealer in Martinez, California. We decided to stop by the building and see what was still here. They still have the signs up. Plymouth Chrysler with the Pentastar. We're gonna knock on the door and see if anybody's home. It's been my understanding that multiple people have tried to buy these and they are not for sale. But you know what? If you never ask a question, the answer is always no. So let's see what they say. And the answer was no. But we're gonna keep trying. You never know. But yeah, believe it or not, this was a Chrysler Plymouth dealer. I think they closed down in the 70s. Duarte and Whitting. They were actually a pretty good sized dealer. Yeah, different times. These small downtown dealers just now moved out to the suburbs. But yeah, all right. On to our next stop. Maybe someday. I'd love to get that sign. And next stop, we're at my buddy Ken's place in Santa Rosa, who probably has the biggest 61 Plymouth collection in the world. I don't know, you can argue with me, but he has like 20 or 30, I think, by now. He's got some neat stuff too. Golden Commando, he's got a convertible over there. Factory 318 poly. I've helped him find a few up my way. He's down in near Santa Rosa, California. Ken's a scrapper, so he knows where all the bodies are buried. Ken's a really good friend of ours. He's always finding cool stuff that we need. I just brought down, I got a bunch of NOS 61 Plymouth parts on our last trip back east with all the NOS stuff we bought. And basically anything 61 Plymouth we buy for him. And we just do some trading. I'll show you the pile we got going here. He's a derby guy too, so, but he's a good derby guy. He's the guy who takes all the good parts off the cars first before they go. Two-door hardtop. Although apparently on that one they put a 350 Chevy in. Yeah. Four-door, came out of a Tehachapi wrecking yard. Actually got that red 61 from him. Ooh, doggy. Hey, buddy. Oh, the one in the back here. I gotta show you guys this one. Sorry, it's getting a little dark out here. We're running out of daylight, but I just want to do a quick video here. So this thing is cool. So it's a two-door 61 Plymouth wagon. It doesn't even have a model designation. This is, I believe, just a fleet special, but it's ex-Army. See, it still has the Army on the door. How cool is that? He's got a little helmet for it and radio and 61 U.S. Forces Germany plate for it. Even has a sticker on the dash. It's 999 special order paint. Slant 6.3 on the tree. Bare bones. I don't think it even has a rear view mirror. It has a heater. I think it's the only option it has. But pretty cool. U.S. Army 3 on the tree. Wagon. If you know me that well, you know I love police cars and fleet cars, and this is probably my favorite car he has here. I don't know if I'd ever actually try to restore this one, but it's pretty neat. I actually just learned that Ken's son is autistic, and his favorite channel is actually Dead Dodge Garage. Apparently that and Cold War Motors are the only two channels he watches online. I'm gonna have to tell Jamie that. He'll be really flattered. I love that the stencil's still on the door. All right, I'll show you the pile I'm bringing home. So my wife always says she watches my videos. Let's give it a test and see if she watches this one. We found a go-kart, and I'm pretty sure I'm bringing this home because I have 13 acres and nothing else better to do. Motor turns over, tires are flat. But yeah, I need to make some trails and have something fun. Found some E-body rear seats. Blah. 65 B-body bell housing. Big block, of course. Lots of NOS bumpers. If anybody needs some C-body bumpers, these are all actually, most of these are actually NOS. They came out of a Chrysler NOS parts terminal in like the early 80s, I think, during bankruptcy. That's 73 Chrysler, 70 Chrysler. He's got two NOS front ones. I mean, these aren't like good to go with the chrome's peeling off of them, but they're like perfect cores. Or if you just want like a driver quality, 74 Dodge, 71 Plymouth. If anybody wants Ken's number, you guys know how to get a hold of me. Tom@rocketresto.com. What else do we have over here? More 61 Plymouths. Again, if anybody has a bigger 61 Plymouth collection, let me know. I think it's a contest now. Oh, more US Army goodness. Ooh, lots of stuff in here, but there's no light. 67 Dodge Grill. 67 satellite bucket seats. I think those are going home with me too. All right, well, we're losing daylight here, and we still have to get up to Reno tonight to go pick up that car tomorrow. So, all right, well, I need to see if I'm gonna buy a go-kart. I brought Ken down a bunch of parts, so I have some credit with him. So we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Well, we never go home empty. I'm bringing home a go-kart. That'll be a good project when we get home. I got one more thing out of Ken. It even works. And we bought a 1964 Plymouth Valiant Convertible. Here's some footage of us dragging it out of the hole. It's been sitting for 13 years. He's good. Well, it's pretty nice. All right, 64 Valiant. We got her loaded. 200. Guy just invited us to the backyard, and he's got a bunch of Chevys back there apparently. So we're gonna go see what he's got.
All these fat cats have all this money.
62 Chevy.
That's right. They got a law passed.
Original 6-cylinder, but it's got a 8-cylinder now. One bed step side. It is for sale.
Yeah, Tom.
We're near Reno in Nevada right now. Suburban. Baja Bug. It's the guy's brother's. Love the license plate. 69 SUV. These things will go anywhere. A few XJs. Kind of like the V-dub center lines. I don't know if I've seen those before. I'm sure somebody will correct me and say they're American Racing or something. Lots of XJs. All right, time to send Jamie some pictures. All right, it's very nice of him to show him his collection in the back. If you want any XJ Cherokees, he has quite a few of them. He's got a 442 I should probably buy, but I bought a go-kart instead. So yeah, 64 Valiant Convertible. I'm pretty happy with my purchase. It's a Signet 200. It's had a pretty bad paint job at some point. You can kind of see Bondo popping out in a few places. There's a couple dings and dents, but that just gives it more personality. So let's see the top now. We'll see how much is left by the time we get home. I'm guessing not a lot. Watch out for the horse poop. Slant 6, motor turns over. We'll have this thing running by Thursday. You get back tonight, but that's the day Jamie comes in and he loves nothing more to get these suckers running. So yeah, I'll load up, ready to go. There's a car dealer in town here. We're in Stagecoach, Nevada, near Reno. There's a bunch of old Mopars at this dealership in town. So that's our next stop. So we saw this place on the side of the road, Big Dog Auto Sales. We got some neat stuff. We got some Mopars, and it looks like the gate's closed, so I don't know if anybody's actually here today. Ford, 12.5 on the Ranchero. Shoebox Ford with a Continental kit. Got something British over there.
Austin.
Austin? Evan thinks it's in Austin, he might be right. Breezeway, Merc. El Camino. There's Dodge. Step-side power wagon. It's kind of neat. Let's see a price on that one. Half ton. Yeah. Yeah, we just kind of saw this on the side of the road. And saw there's some neat cars in here. Mopar stuff's mostly at the end down here.
At the stop sign, turn left onto Apache Drive,
$6,000
then turn
for
left
that.
onto US 50 East.
Minivan. It's a Dodge, right? Cars, trucks, SUVs, except we're not open to actually talk to you. Golden limo. I feel ya. 289 Fairlane. Corvair wagon, $3,500. I was kind of fascinated by those. Two Corvette trucks, $4,900 a piece. El Camino, $39. Chrysler. I think that's a Newport. Maybe a New Yorker. $6,900. $7,500 for the Jeepster. Those are kind of cool. I've always wanted a Hearst one of those. Here, I'll get over the fence here. Yeah, maybe not. That's cool. 57 Chevy truck. Ooh, Plymouth truck. Those are pretty rare. A little mobile oil on the side. Dodge 880 four-door. Thinking I'm realizing why these cars are still here. $7,500 for an 880 four-door seems optimistic. What I always look for on these is see if it's a cop car or not. CHP ran these, Nevada ran these. 63 Valiant Beamer, Jaguar, luxury, and 65 Barracuda. Looks like it. No steering column. They got the famous vice grips on the to steer it. I think it's a V8 car though. A little rusty in the quarter panels. Looks like a black car though. Black's by far the best color on these. Maybe silver with stripes. Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff here. Too bad nobody's here, but I don't know. Looking at the prices, it's probably optimistic. All right, well, back to the truck. I'm driven
Turn left onto Apache Drive,
about 16
then turn
hours
left.
in a day and a half, and I still have 12 hours to drive home, and we still have to go make a stop. We're going down to a town where we haven't hit an old dealer in this town. They still have the tiles up, so it's about 30 minutes in the wrong
Proceed
direction.
to the route.
But I don't get over here that often, so
Proceed
let's
to
go see
the
what it looks
route.
like. So here we are in Urton, Nevada. This must have been Crescent Garage's like used car lot, maybe. This Crescent Garage sales office there. It's kind of cool. It has Dodge trucks and it says Crescent Garage there. They're just plastic letters with rivets on them, but still be kind of cool. It says Chrysler over here. Still says Plymouth too. Pretty sure this place was in business not that long ago. I found a newspaper ad with a ram's head on it, so I mean that was at least 90s. Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth. These are kind of neat. They look like they've been here for a while. Kind of like fiberglass, but it's getting a little sun-baked. Crescent Garage Auto Sales. It says closed. No. You need to do a little more investigation in town. Figure out who owns this. Alright, building looks pretty abandoned, but good signs. There's stairs up to an attic. That sign's pretty cool. There's a bunch of storage back here. Let's see if we can find anybody. Pretty cool building. Still has the tiles up. It's been completely gutted though. I don't think there's anything left. It's kind of hard to see in there. There's like an international truck and a boat in there. It looks like they totally gutted the building. This place was in business since 1922. Love these old buildings. The old architecture. They don't build them less like they used to. Actually got a Rexall sign down here too. I have to go check that out. Quick top tip for you. When you're traveling, find Costco's. They always have the cheapest diesel. There's $1 a gallon less than California. And a chicken bake will fill you up for $4. And they have these delicious cookies right now. My brother also happens to work there. Oh, there's the Valiant with a little less top than before. All right, it's about 6 o'clock in Oregon. We got about 6 hours to go. Another midnight. Yeah, I kicked that. I'm getting a little loopy. We got about 6 more hours to go. We'll be home tonight. And it's midnight and we're back home. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. We'll try to get this thing running this week. I'll keep you guys updated. And it snowed. Kind of a late season snow for us. Now, trying to find keys that'll work for this thing because I did not get keys. All right, Mr. Dead Dodge Garage, Uncle Dead, whatever you want to call him. Jamie's here. So now it's time to get it fired up. And the best part of the car. A chrome 273 Commando air cleaner. You know the problem is when you bring a car home, you start really looking at it closely. Yeah, that's a cowl repair there. I think it was white. It's got a duster steering wheel. Yeah, you kind of look at it with rose-colored glasses when you buy it, and then... Well, you know what? We're gonna get this thing running, and I'm gonna feel way better about it. And we're gonna go from there. Looks like it had a third brake light on it at some point. As I said, duster steering wheel, Signet 200. We're trying to get the trunk open. My keys wouldn't work. So we're gonna have to go through the back there and try to open it. Let's see how this goes. Think we'll get it running today? Yeah. Snow donuts, right?
Snow donuts.
Yes. All right, Jamie got turned over. Everything's seized. He got the Evil 1920 moving. There's no return on there. And my next job is to go into the Horde and try to find a power steering pump and hopefully a hose too. Wish me luck. It's in that building somewhere. Oh. Trying. Again. Slant 6. Slant 6. Of course it's gonna run. Yeah, that's all I got. All right, here we go again. Jamie just dumped a bunch of gas in the exhaust. See what happens.
Yeah, here's gas vapor in your eye. Oh, what? Oh, the battery's in there.
Runs. Doesn't kind of want to stay running. All right. Great success. Have our electric fuel pump and it's running on its own. Still not having much luck with power steering though. Gonna go back in the Horde. The one I found with the right pump and the pulley was wrong. It does run, but the Holly 1920 is not ideal. And it's a bit of a smoker. Has a bit of a smoking problem. Does have reverse lights. The trunk's about to come open. Other than that, everything's perfect. Alright, I better get out of the way because he has no brakes. Looks like Cheech and Chong. No mosquitoes around this one. So yeah, wondering why it was running on 4 cylinders. We have our answer. 2 bent push rods, probably from stuck valves. We're doing a little more investigation. So a little tip, if you don't have trunk keys. And then this is really easier on a convertible because you don't have a back seat to worry about. You just have to unbolt the trunk latch, take it off the lever, and then you can have an open trunk. Then you just take the lock out and use a screwdriver. Or if you want to do it properly, replace it with an actual lock. So just tried the patented Dead Dodge Garage. Throw some fluid in and pump it and see what happens. And the line blew brake fluid across the car, right on the exhaust. You know how bad burning brake fluid on exhaust smells? It's not great.
Okay, out of the trunk, the marbled mystery oil gives you one clue that it's not that good of a motor. The second clue is that they've used cheap, like CarQuest spray paint to make everything red. And the big one telling you this motor never ran well, the vintage starting fluid.
The kit in the trunk, it's what we always find. Runs much better on 6, and still a smoke show, but not as bad. All right, so mission accomplished. We got it running on 4 cylinders because of the bent push rods. Evan got those fixed today. Luckily, I'm a hoarder and had a bunch of push rods around, but just want to kind of do a little wrap up on the car before we finish this. But yeah, it was kind of fun driving around the yard a little bit. No brakes. Fortunately, I believe one of the brake lines is busted underneath. I tried to fill the reservoir yesterday and try the patented Dead Dodge Garage brake trick where you just fill it and pump it a billion times. Then it started shooting brake fluid all over the exhaust, which is not great. That stuff's not awesome. But yeah, this is a 1964 Plymouth Valiant Signet 200. It's a top of the line car. You can see we pulled the trunk lock so we can get in and out of it. So you just do it with a screwdriver. I'll probably find a good lock for that. This thing's actually really optioned out. It's got bumper guards, reverse lights. Those were optional. Has front and rear seat belts. Those might have been added, but those look like factory belts. One thing it is missing, which is interesting, is there is no driver mirror, which I believe was optional in 64. I don't think that was standard until 65. So this thing has all these options and has no side mirror. It has been painted. You can see they riveted all the side trim on, which is not correct. That's supposed to be on with clips. We haven't seen how bad the gas tank is. It's got a locking gas cap, so I need to see if we can get that off. We may have to drill it off. But the engine runs pretty good. It is smoking a little bit now. Smoking still. We thought we had most of that fixed, but all right, get this open. So I had a Reman carburetor on it, but it's pretty much toast. It sat in the Nevada desert for a number of years. It was sitting in the guy I got it from the yard for 13, so it's been sitting there a lot longer than that. So at least needs an accelerator pump. That's a little hint, like when a car won't start and you dump gas down and it starts, it's usually the accelerator pump. The accelerator pump is right there on that. So it needs a new one. It also has the dreaded Holly 1920, which is Jamie from Dead Dodge's Garage Nemesis. It's not a very good carburetor. It has had some rust repair. Looks like there's a little repair on the cowl there at some point. I do have the plugs for the cowl there. But yeah, I mean, overall, it looks like a pretty solid car. I should probably get on the lift and like really take a look at it. So next step is to get it cleaned up and then probably brakes, but it sounds like I probably have to do the brake lines and not just the soft stuff. I'm pretty sure it's the hard line, but I need to get on the lift and really look at it. So yeah, just driving around the yard without brakes. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the car. You know, there's a lot of typical stuff, you know, Bondo cracking there. That's pretty typical on convertibles if they've had any body work back there. Had the third brake light there. So yeah, love to hear what you guys think. It's got the wrong steering wheel on it. Be nice to find the right one that's out of a Duster. Has an oil pressure gauge, has plenty of oil pressure. Fortunately, it is a bit of a smoker. But Yeah, I think next step is to clean this thing up, wash it, clean out the interior. Another real easy thing to do on these is if you don't have keys, all you have to do is unplug that and plug in the ignition switch in. On the 70 and up, it's in the steering column, so it's very difficult to do that. As you can see right there, I need to change that out. And it won't have door locks. The key won't match, but who cares? I mean, it's a convertible. I can just Dukes of Hazzard it. This is our kind of temporary fuel system. I don't know how bad the gas tank is. I'm sure it's not great. So we just have a fuel pump that we wired to the ballast resistor, so it just, the pump goes on with ignition power rather than all the time. But yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping to be a little bit nicer, but it's really a pretty nice car. So current plan is to maybe enjoy this a little bit for the summer, but I don't know. I get bored with cars pretty easily. And the problem with these early A bodies is they just don't bring a ton of money, but they're a lot more, they're really good bang for your buck. You know, they're really cheap cars that you can really go out and enjoy. So, well, I hope you liked the video. Went to California and back, went from 60 degrees and sunny to snow and 35 degrees in Washington. So yeah, so now we need to go kick that 67 Coronet hardtop out of the shed, and this one's going underneath there until I can get back to it. So I'll probably try to get it cleaned up next week, but honestly, I'm going on vacation next week. I'm going someplace sunny, so it's probably gonna have to wait a week or two. We'll do a follow-up video when we can. Thanks everybody for watching. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.